We continue to follow the breaking news this morning. A plane on its way to Dusseldorf, Germany from Barcelona has crashed in southern France, just north of the French Riviera. The French President, Francois Hollande, has said no survivors are expected after this crash. At least 142 passengers and another 6 crew members were on board that plane. You see the map right there and the path that it was taking. The cause of that crash still not known. The Airbus A320 is 24 years old and has been with the parent company, Lufthansa, since 1991. We'll continue to watch for updates about this tragedy and bring you the very latest.
And new information this morning. One of the 5 people shot in Clarksville late last night has died. Cuthbert Langley at Vanderbilt Medical Center, where 2 of those victims were being treated. And Cuthbert, what's the latest?
Good morning, Amy. Right now, Clarksville police say they are looking for 3 males wanted for this shooting. They are driving a white Kia Soul. This is the latest information just emailed to me here within the last few minutes. Police say the shooting happened around 9 o'clock last night on Carpenter Street. When we look at the video, you can see that the scene really seems to be contained to just 1 block there of the street, about 2 blocks away from APSU. Police say it was a cookout on the street when all of a sudden that white Kia Soul drove up with those 3 people inside. They started open fire and hit 5 people ages 23 up to 31 years old. 2 of them were brought here to Vanderbilt. 2 others were taken to Gateway Regional Medical Center for treatment. But 27-year-old Vincent Pardue is the victim. He died. We don't know when. We don't know if he was dead on the scene or died later on. But again, 27 Vincent Pardue is dead following this shooting. Police are looking for that white Kia Soul that has the Tennessee tag R0393D. Again, a white Kia Soul with the tag R0393D. I just emailed police to see if this was a targeted shooting, if this was a random attack. They say they do not know any more than what they've just released. But again, 1 dead, 4 others injured after a shooting just feet away from Austin Peay State University. We'll closely follow the developments on this breaking story, but for now, we're live here at Vanderbilt Medical Center this morning. I'm Cuthbert Langley, News Channel 5 HD.
And we're continuing to get more information about an 11-year-old who was shot over the weekend. Police say Keon Malone was running up a staircase to escape a shootout at Fern Avenue Duplex when he was shot in the back of the head on Sunday. At last check, he was still in critical condition. Investigators say at least 7 people are connected to the shootout, and at least 2 of those responsible are responsible for firing the guns. All of it started because of a fight between a group of women. Detectives met yesterday with representatives of the DA's office over the evidence to discuss prosecution. And gunfire erupted in East Nashville, sending 1 man to the hospital. And this morning, the gunman still on the run. Officers tell us 1 man was shot in the leg near the corner of Sylvan and South 5th Street around 8:30. While they were investigating, they heard gunshots a few blocks away, but no one was hurt. The victim is expected to survive, but no suspects have been named.
The final suspect in a fatal restaurant shooting has finally been arrested. Jordan Goodlett surrendered at Metro Police headquarters last night. He was the suspected gunman in that shooting at the Cookout fast food restaurant along West End Avenue. It happened March the 1st. It left 1 man dead and another one wounded right there along West End Avenue. Goodlett's being held on a $300,000 bond this morning on charges of criminal homicide and attempted criminal homicide. Also, the last suspect in a brutal murder case has been captured out in Virginia. Kellum Williams was captured by U.S. Marshals there while fleeing the murder charges up in Montgomery County. He is one of 5 charged in connection with the death of Amy Murphy, whose body was found in a Robertson County field. Her remains were discovered burning as they were discovered. Investigators were able to identify her in part thanks to some jewelry, a ring that was found near the scene.
A deputy checking out a suspicious vehicle nearly escapes getting shot. We're told that Deputy Jacob Kent was running the registration for an unoccupied Jeep on Perigo Road when he heard shots whizzing overhead. It turned out they were coming from some people shooting in the nearby woods. Stuart Andros and Michelle Perigo were arrested and are now facing several charges, including drug possession. 2 juveniles were also taken into custody. And a bold thief breaks into a police cruiser and makes off with the officer's weapon. It happened sometime Sunday night in the Mansker Farm subdivision in Hendersonville. It's not clear if the culprit used a key or if a door may have been unlocked. Nothing else was reported missing, but anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers.
Well, a hot-button issue is slated for the Health Subcommittee of the state legislature today. Lawmakers will hear 4 different bills restricting abortion in some way. One of them requires a woman to look at an ultrasound and hear the fetus's heartbeat before the abortion procedure. If the patient says she does not want to do that, well, the doctor must then describe what they're seeing on the screen. Similar laws have already been shot down, ruled unconstitutional in several other states. And some good news for those who were hoping Insure Tennessee would pass the state legislature. There is an effort to revive Governor Bill Haslam's Insure Tennessee plan. The Senate Subcommittee on TennCare voted 3-2 yesterday to recommend a resolution that would grant the governor the power to strike a deal with the feds on Medicaid expansion. You'll remember lawmakers voted against Insure Tennessee in a special session that didn't last very long last month. The governor's plan would extend health coverage to almost 300,000 low-income Tennesseans.
It is a conversation that we've talked about a lot lately, swingers clubs, and now the State House has passed a bill concerning the establishments. The new bill will keep swingers clubs 1,000 feet from schools, churches, daycares, and parks. It passed unanimously. This is different from a similar measure approved by Metro Council. And Tennessee's Republican Party Chairman Chris Devaney is stepping down just 3 months into his 4th term. Devaney will officially leave his position on April the 11th. He's moving on to become executive director of the Chattanooga-based Children's Nutrition Program of Haiti. Devaney was Senator Bob Corker's state director before being elected chairman of the party back in 2009. Yesterday, State Representative Ryan Haynes of Knoxville announced he plans to run as the new GOP chair.